Okay, wellness women, I got a cheat code for you. So many of you have been in the community for a while, and you know some of my secrets. And so just to give you some background, you know that I turned to raw food and herbals in my 40s when I was let me see, I got 60 pounds overweight, and I was very sick, listless, very low energy, and I wasn't able to take care of my children. So from that, fast forward, been doing raw food, been teaching raw food, and now this year I'm turning 55. And so whole nother set of things with menopause. So with menopause, for me, how it shows up for me is energy fluctuations all over the place, a little bit of fluffiness that I didn't carry before, even in the same weights. Muscle atrophy. So, muscle starts to break down. So, over time. And so that's why, I've turned to doing more weight-bearing exercises. Before in my 40s, in my 30s, I didn't do weight-bearing exercises because I didn't need it. I had excellent tone, and now in my 50s, I do. And so now we're going into the spring 12-day ultimate fast of 2023, and I want to share with you a cheat that I do to get ready for my fast. Get ready when I do detoxing and cleansing, or if I want to shed some pounds, what's going to help me. So long story short, one of the problems that I was dealing with when I first turned to raw food in my 40s was candida overgrowth. So mostly what we eat in the standard American diet is very carb based. And even if you're eating meat and fried foods, everything is coated in flour and gluten, and these things feed a particular yeast strand called candida. And most of us have it. A lot of us just think that it's in our vagina when we have a yeast infection. But honestly, for me, it was in my stomach, it was in my gut, and also in my brain. And I can tell the difference, in how my digestive function when my candida is in balance, and my mind, my brain, because I'm not tempted as much. I don't have as many cravings. I have clarity. Have you ever had a time where you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna drink my water, and you have a plan, and then you get into your day, and then something triggers you see something sweet or something, that you've done habitually, maybe some popcorn or something, I don't know, and you're like, oh, I want that, and then you just eat it, and you're like, man, I had a plan, what happened? Well, that is a thing, to have amnesia, because if your candida is in control of your brain, your nervous system, your digestive system, which is your second brain, it can literally blank out your plan so that they can get what they need, which are very simple sugars. So how do we get them in balance? We're going to use an antifungal, very powerful antifungal. So this is something that you do not do every day. This is a cheat code. This is what I do for a few days before I start a fast. So I'm going to basically use 3 ingredients. So, and I have here, I'm gonna make a tea. So I'm gonna use my lemon, I'm gonna use my tea, and also a very secret ingredient too. All right, so I don't know if you can read this, but this is Paul d'Arco bark. So very similar to cinnamon. This is a scraped tree bark that has herbal components that really impact the body. So I'm gonna make about 3 servings for myself. So I'm gonna take about 3 tablespoons of Paul d'Arco tea. Okay, and notice that I use my tongs because I don't want to keep putting my fingers in the tea and getting it all jacked up. So I'm gonna take my lemon. Let me see, you can't see me. So I got my lemon, I got my tea. Let me bring it out here. I got my hot water. All right, so I'm gonna steep my tea. I got, I'm gonna put half a lemon in there, 3 tablespoons of Paul de Arco. And this is to cut the cravings and get my mind focused on my upcoming 12-day ultimate fast. So I won't have as many headaches. I won't have as many cravings. I won't be as hungry because I'm taming my yeast in advance. Okay, so also one more thing. And that is my organic coconut oil. So when I worked at the Living Foods Institute, that was one of our cheat codes. We would literally take a rounded tablespoon of coconut oil and we would start our day. And also, one of our cheat codes, we've already talked about this, is breaking your fast with a fat. Well, we got it all together. So I'm not going to be able to do a rounded tablespoon because this is melted, but this is organic. So don't do this with some dollar store coconut oil. You don't want refined coconut oil. You want raw. This is virgin, organic, non-GMO. You want to go ahead and pay a few dollars, especially if you're going to be consuming it like this. Otherwise, the process will scratch up your arteries. We do not want that. Okay, I'm steeping my Paul de Arco and lemon. I'm gonna teach my Candida a lesson. I'm just using a little strainer so that I can have my smooth tea. Okay. I'm not, for time's sake, I would do it for like 2 to 3 minutes steeping it. But I can see I already got some good color, especially if I have the lemons in there. I know it was even browner than that. I'm just gonna strain it. My lemons and my Paul de Arco bark. Okay, let me show you. So I got my coconut oil, my lemon, my Paul de Arco bark, steeped in hot water, and I'm ready to go. So this is gonna be my my cheat code. So it's gonna help me get cut. It's gonna be bathing suit weather in a minute. We call it bikini summer or whatever. And this is gonna help me release some of my fluffiness, because my fluffiness is holding in my candida. But as I release the candida in my body, my fluffiness is going to go away, because my fluffiness is really like my body's way of protecting me from high candida or candida overgrowth. And remember, it could be everywhere. It could be in your brain, your vagina, your gut, your butt. Some people have very itchy butts, especially at night. That is candida overgrowth. So cheat code Paul de Arco tea with coconut oil and lemon to get you started and to help you burn fat, release your candida, cut your cravings, and get ready for your 12-day ultimate fast that kicks off on August 15th, which is our kickoff meeting. Alrighty, bye-bye.